The government remains shut down heading into next week. The White House says U.S. military forces will be paid today as scheduled. The Office of Management and Budget tells CBS that $5.3 billion will come from military housing and research funds, as well as a Pentagon procurement account.
President Trump is calling on Republicans to use the nuclear option to get rid of the filibuster in the Senate so Republicans can reopen the government without any Democratic votes. The filibuster is a Senate rule that requires 60 votes, not a simple majority, to advance most legislation. It incentivizes bipartisan consensus over majority rule, and it's one area where congressional Republicans are pushing back on the White House.
The safeguard in the Senate has always been the filibuster. But again, not my issue, not something I get to even weigh in on.
Speaker Johnson says it's not his call because he runs the House, not the Senate. That's why the person with the power to make that decision is Senate Majority Leader John Thune.
But a spokesman for the Senate Majority Leader John Thune made clear today he won't get rid of the filibuster to reopen the government.
You are about to watch an opinion-based podcast. This episode is not meant to be facts. It is only the opinion of the host. The host lists all references with links in the box below. Again, this is only the opinion of the host.
He's here. Broadcasting somewhere in Northern California.
In the bowel, right to the belly of the beast.
Inside his command post. Somewhere in the brick and steel of a nondescript building. We have made contact with him. DonRob from Rob Flixx.
Oh. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is DonRob here at Take Podcast. Thank you for coming. Man, I've had a excuse me, I have a bad cough right now for some reason. I don't know why. But anyways, I had a hard week. I don't know if you guys ever lost your phone, but I lost my phone, and damn, there goes my hat. Almost lost that too. But anyways, man, I lost my fucking phone. Is how my week started. And I got a couple different phones, a couple different iPhones, and I didn't realize when I got this other iPhone that I just recently bought, like I think 3 weeks ago, when I uploaded the cloud, I didn't realize, I don't know, I logged in thinking everything's tethered together. Come to find out, when I lose my older iPhone, which was my iPhone 14 Pro Max, that's my old one, because I like to wait, I wait a few phones before I always upgrade. I don't upgrade every single phone, man. I don't know. I just think that's like a gimmick, or I don't know, man. I'm not just, I'm not balling out of control like that to where I could just, every 3 to 6 months, it seems like they end up bringing out a new phone. But, so, I usually wait a couple is what I do. And unfortunately, this last time that I waited, so, there's a pro and con to what just happened to me, because this last phone I just bought like 4 weeks ago was the 16 Pro Max, thinking, oh shit, I'm getting the new one, and then next thing you know, the iPhone Air, I think is what it's called, right? The Air? I don't know. The iPhone Air and the 17 Pro Max and the 17 Pro all come out literally like a week after I get that shit. So I lost my iPhone 14 Pro Max, and I didn't realize, but when I logged into my 16 Pro Max, when I did my face recognition, it logged me in. And then when I was on my iPhone 14 Pro Max one day, I did notice that I went to upload this app, because I kept using that. That was more of my personal phone. I remember I went to log in, and I not log in, but I went to download an app right after buying this new one, and I didn't even put one and one together. I should have, and all that wouldn't have happened to me, what I'm you know what I'm talking about, what I'm rambling about right now. But so, basically, I went to download an app, and then it said you need to update your Apple account. Thinking, oh, no big deal. I go to log in, uses my face recognition. It logged me in as a whole different email from I don't know when. I don't know what email. Could have been from 15 years ago, whatever. It's been saving on these clouds for ever since like iPhone 7. You know what I mean? So, long story short, I lose that motherfucker at a costume party. I'm on the way to a costume party. We're in an Uber, and I get out of the Uber, and within 5 minutes of being out of that Uber, I realize, oh man, I left my phone in there. So it took like 5 minutes, 10 minutes to figure out how to get a hold of that Uber driver, get a hold of the Uber driver. I'm on the phone with him, and he's like, I'm on the way to San Francisco. I could barely understand the motherfucker is half the problem. And that's more of the story. Let's just say, man, this shit fucked up like 3 days of I'm still kind of fucked up from it. And it's been a whole week now. It's going on a whole week now. But, so I'm calling him, and he's like, I don't got it. I'm on the way to San Francisco. I'm like, how do you know you don't got it? You haven't even looked. So then, you know what this motherfucker does? He's like, I'm on the way to San Francisco. And he asked the passengers in the back if they can look for him. So, of course, they told him, no, it's not there. So then, I'm pissed. This dude, I think he hung up on me or something. And then I rush back to my hotel. I order another Uber, get over to my hotel. At this time, I'm using, my girl's phone, So now I have her phone. I'm going over to the hotel. I'm looking, thinking, okay, maybe I left it there. But I knew I didn't, because I remembered grabbing it, taking it, off the charger. I remember looking at it and seeing that I had like 3 or 4 missed texts. But I put my phone in my pocket along with my wallet, walked out the door. I remember it clearly because my girl was like, because, I had to go back and get the phone because I forgot I had it left on the charger. And I remember her, not being happy about me, making us almost miss an Uber that was waiting for us out front. So, it was, no big deal. But that's why I remember it so clearly. I'm sure we all have our little things that make us remember things easier. And that's how I remember that really easy. But, man, I know for a fact it dropped in that fucking Uber because I didn't have my phone case on, and it makes the iPhones kind of slippery. And I had in this jacket, the jacket I had on at this time had all these different pockets, man. And I know it slipped right out. But so I go to the hotel. It's not there. I go back to the party. I'm pissed. I can't even enjoy myself. I can't even think about going to the all you could drink bottomless free cocktail bar. All you can eat, some of the most amazing food, a lot of people there having a good time, man. And I'm probably the only guy there that's like a fucking, party pooper, basically. I'm looking like a little depressed kid that, that went into Toys R Us, and couldn't buy a toy, but got to walk the aisles. That's what I looked like. I looked like a kid that was pissed. Like, I admit, I know it now. I kind of embarrassed of how I was acting, but at the same time, I wasn't. I was pissed, and I think a lot of people would be pissed because nowadays our whole life is on our phones, with Apple Pay and all this different shit, all of our information, photos, just everything, man. But when we have our life in a cloud, that's when it makes it worse, when you can't access your fucking cloud, man. And that's where I'm at, man. So I call the Uber driver back up, and he's like, oh, now I'm in Burlingame. If you know the Bay Area, man, that's the peninsula. At this time, when I'm calling this motherfucker, I'm in, if you pull up a map, we could do it for you, but I'm in Benicia right now. I don't live in Benicia, but I'm at, a costume party in Benicia. So this motherfucker went from there to San Francisco. Now he's over in Burlingame, and every time I call him, he's asking the passengers to look for it as he's driving. He's never pulling over, never trying to look for it. So long story short, man, I finally, at around, I think, midnight, keep in mind, all this shit started at 7 p.m., man. I noticed it at like 7:10 p.m. So around midnight, I'm finally on the phone with him again, but I'm yelling at this motherfucker. I'm pissed. He finally admitted to me he could barely understand English. He's having a hard time understanding anything I'm saying all night. And I already knew that. It was pretty fucking obvious, you know. But so, you know, he finally pulls over at like midnight, man, 12:30. At this time, I'm at a bar now that I'm away from the costume party. I'm at this bar in this little fucking town called Benicia in California. And, you know, it's right by the water. And there's all these little bars right there. And, you know, I'm at a bar just, you know, actually, I'm not even having drinks. I'm sipping on one drink, pissed off right now, you know. And because I get a hold of him and he's like, call me back in 7 minutes. Like 7, okay. So I call him back in 7 minutes, and that's when he's admitting to me he could barely understand anything. He finally has passengers out of the car. You know, he's been grinding all night. And keep in mind, man, all night I've been offering this guy money. I offered him $200. It started off with, I'll give you $100 right now if you turn around and bring me my phone. Thinking, you know, that'll entice him. Later on through the night, man, I got up to $200. So now he's like, you could come to my house. I live in Hayward, California. I'm in Hayward. I'm like, fuck you, dude. And plus you're telling me you don't see it? I know it's in there. You know, I was pissed, man, offering him $200. So, you know, and then a day goes by. I'm with no phone the whole night, man, because I left my other phone, you know, back at home. And, you know, I'm in a telly that night. And I only brought my one phone with me. So, you know, now I'm phoneless. I get a phone later on, like at 5 p.m. the next day. And, you know, now I'm on Apple support. Plus the night before, I was going through all my different emails, just trying to access something, man, just to feel good. Because the last time I lost a phone like that was like, I think 10 years ago, man. I was in Chicago at a bar and I remember setting my phone down. This was so long ago. This was like the iPhone 8, I think. But I remember it clearly like it was yesterday. I was in Chicago, downtown Chicago. I set my phone down. This bar was packed. And I remember someone wanted to say something to me that I knew. For some reason, man, I had a drink in one hand, my phone. I don't know why, but I put my phone down. I turned around, said something. Within seconds, I turned back around, grabbed my phone, and it's gone. It's the last time I ever lost a phone like that, you know? So you remember it pretty clearly, but it's been so long. I slipped on my cloud. So I'm still locked out of that cloud from my personal phone. I lost everything, man, all my photos, all my contacts, all my everything. So if you know me, I haven't reached out to you. That's why you should probably reach out to me. I still have the phone number. Unfortunately, you know, I've been hopeful thinking I'll find it. So I haven't, but long story short, now I'm going to go get the new 17 Pro Max. So I'll have both new iPhones, but fuck, man. Anyways, thank you for coming. Welcome back. Put my hat on, man. Speaking of hat, let's put my glasses on. You guys don't mind. But yeah, that's how my week's been, man. It's been, you know, pretty fucked up, if you want to know the truth. But so it's been, you know, it's been a rough patch, a rough fucking patch, and I'm not happy about that. But, you know, I'm not going to complain. You know, it seems like every one of these episodes, I always have something pretty deep to complain about, huh? And I don't want to be that dude because I'm not that motherfucker, and I'm not that guy. Or maybe I am and I didn't realize it until right now. I don't know. But it just sucks, man, when that happens. I don't know if you guys, if anyone here has lost their phone. It's kind of like, you know, having your thumb broken, you know, but is it me or is food prices still fucking crazy, man? What about inflation? Yeah, I know, man. It's only been a year, dude. That's one side. The other side's like, what's up with these prices? I mean, cost of living, gas, energy, rent prices, you know, mortgage. Everything keeps going up. And these groceries, mortgage, no, these groceries.
Come on, people. What is going on here? $5.99 for a honeydew melon. And then apples.
That's
$5,
too much for apples.
$5, $6.49. Look at the prices of the oranges. I mean, we can't eat healthy. A whole watermelon.
$7.99 for a water. I mean,
a half of one is.
At least it's seedless, right?
$5. Onions. Come on.
That's too high for onions. I mean, $6.99 for potatoes.
Potatoes, $6.99. And then we tried to find a.
Oh, those aren't easy to find these
Couldn't
days, you know,
find
with
one.
ice.
But if you want to eat like crap, you can get these. Buy one, get one, and
That's how
all
you
it
have to shop
costs
these days.
for these yummy treats.
Buy one, get one
Or
free.
you can go this way. So we'll just be fat and fluffy. And these, that's a good price. But is it, Adele? It's outrageous.
$17.99 for M&Ms and Reese's, and that's
And then
crazy.
we got the Reese's, of course, for $17.99.
I mean,
how you feeling about that?
I remember when that, man, I'm not even gonna say it.
She's back at it. We can eat blueberry muffins and.
That's not bad, because if you go to the bakery, it's going to cost you like $10
And you
for
know
that
the
same amount.
holidays are coming. I don't know how people.
$7.99,
look at
man,
that.
for-
$7.99 for olive oil.
For olive oil, you know, that's why people have that's why everyone's doing vegetable oil and all that bad shit.
$27.99 for olive oil. This is the store
$13.29
brand.
for store brand.
This is a sale.
Remember when store brand was like generic? Look at bacon. $13.99, man.
For Oscar.
$13.99 for Oscar Mayer. $9.99 slim cut.
$9.99.
Store brand
Store
soup.
brand
Look at this.
soup is
$3.29
$3.29.
for generic ass store brand
$1.29 for
soup.
a bag of Tyson. It's $10, which you have a
Name
BOGO.
$17.99.
Bubba's Burgers that everybody gets for the
That's
grilling
crazy, man.
is $17.99.
I know.
happening?
DJ T, what's up, man?
Smith this year for Thanksgiving.
Mrs. Smith, man, look at this.
Price is $8.
Cold foam.
Did
What
you
the
know
fuck?
Dunkin' had cold foam? I did not know that. Even though they have this sticker, it's cheaper at Walmart.
$5.29
because
for-
I use this
I don't
all
even
the
buy that
time,
shit, but
so I'm gonna get it.
That
'cause
looks expensive.
I don't want to go to the other store.
They had fresh vanilla, but I like that
The
one.
zero sugar for $6.49. The big one. This is something new.
I like
I've
that
never
coffee,
seen,
actually. That's a
but
good
I'll make
brand,
my own,
but
thank you.
For
way cheaper.
$10,
Way
I
more.
mean, these prices are higher than a year ago, man, and 3 times higher than before the fucking pandemic. What's going on, DJ T? Here's what it's like to shop when you don't spend your own money. Everyone, check this out. When everything's free for you and, you get to just buy whatever you want. Don't even care about prices.
Okay, I used to find a grocery haul. 2 bags of pot roast, 2 cans of beef, 2 cans of croissant roasted, hamburger buns, 2 things of dirty rice, a bag of corn, a case of apple juice, strawberry waffle, buttermilk waffle, 2 boxes of these hamburger helpers.
Imagine
and
if you
1
make
box
all
of
this
this-
stuff by scratch. It's way cheaper,
A box of toast, strawberry toasted fruit, 2 boxes
And
of
healthy.
strawberry.
right?
Big
Isn't it?
five. They're mine. Yeah, I know. How can she? A thing of all-purpose flour. A bag of self-rising flour. That flour you got everywhere. Thing of sour cream. Thing of fish fry. A bag of 3 onion blend meat. Thing of chicken noodles.
I want to complain right now, but it's hard.
A gallon of sweet tea. Baby cheese. 3 gallons of milk for the twins. Coconut oil for the kids' hair. Ham and cheese hot. Pepper on the hot.
Did you see that big thing of oil? You guys remember the price of the oil?
Brownies, peanut butter crackers, oops, all berries, French toast sticks, 2 Napoleon ice cream, some white for the twins, a box of little egg rolls, a thing of cupcakes just for cooking, and they complete. Today we spent $1,592. Thank you, EBC.
You mean, thank you, taxpayers, for letting me eat like a fat slob with your money? Is that what you meant? As a taxpayer, man, I'd rather see no junk food allowed, unless it's baking goods that you have to bake from scratch, man. No processed, boxed up junk food, cereal or soda. All that. No fast food purchases with EBT either, man. I hate when I see that when I go through drive-thru saying we accept EBT. And I think, man, at least one time a month, each household should receive one of these, each with directions on how to inject it. Seriously. because look, they do. Every household needs it. They do. You know, it'll save us money, you know, because in the long run, they're going to be diabetic, man. I'm telling you. And everything they're buying is name brand. You notice that? I mean, why should tax dollars go to making people fat so they end up like this right here? You know, we already know obesity equals to diabetes. We all know it goes hand in hand. I mean, what are we doing? What? And here's another thing. I keep hearing it's mostly white people on it and black people on it right behind them. You notice that? We always hear that. It's always white and black and white, divide and conquer. Keep the people split. You notice that? That's always. Well, here's the numbers from about 10 years ago. At one time, I mean, you know, you might have been right, you know, right? Look, we got, you know, almost 7 million white people, 4.1 million black people, 3.7, you know, Hispanic. Look at Asians. I mean, you can see, you know, the natives. You can see all the other nationalities right here, you know. I mean, that was back in 2013. Here's current stats nowadays, where we're at. The stats are going to look a little different. These aren't solid, you know, with the numbers like you see right here. But look at this. Look at the breakdown. For example, look at the top. 45.6%, man, is Afghan. Right below it, Somali. Like, you know, 45.6 of the population of them is what that means. Go look down the line right there. Look where, you know, white people are, black people are. Look at the percentages. Here's the thing. I understand we're all in the land of the free, man. I understand we live here in the land of the free. I do. And let's help people. But let's help the Americans first. Seriously. We should go down that list. And if you're not a citizen, let's help them first. Look at the list. We can't feed the whole world. Let's feed our own first. And then we can feed everyone else. What's wrong with saying that? I mean, seriously. That's my take. And if you're able-bodied and you can work, you need to work, man. Stop being lazy. Look at this chart, you guys. Look at this shit. Look at this. This isn't even up to date either. Look, this is only up to 2019. Look at that.
Hi, you guys. I'm out of the store.
And then this.
So, they wanted $7 for this. Mind you, I don't have food stamps anymore. They cut me off. So I only had $22 left in food stamps. So this is what I stole. Okay, they wanted $9 for this. I said, oh, I don't got $9. Then they wanted $2 for this. They wanted, sorry, it's all fucked up because it's been in my purse. $7 for this. I'm making some stuffed salmon today. These are needed. Salmon. I'm not paying $7 for that. Okay, let me show you the most important thing to me. Short ribs. Take off the label so that you don't bleed.
So they don't bleed.
Get your fucking
into your purse when you steal it.
How many do you think that I got?
She's gaming you up, you guys. Take the label off so you don't fuck your purse up.
How many short ribs is that?
It's a lot. She filmed herself too and told everybody about it. Yep, she did.
Can I be real? More y'all bitch ass niggas should have started taking shit from the motherfucking corporations a long time ago. Y'all just didn't have that shit in your motherfucking
have been. She thinks she invented stealing from a store, man. No, you just keep you're filming yourself.
Get out there and get in the motherfucking field like I told you. Everything out here is yours. Whether or not you take it, they call that shit free will. I call that shit eminent domain.
Oh my God, you guys just hear this girl.
You know what I'm saying? One thing I learned from the white men, take it! Hey, now! Take it. I don't give a fuck who's already sitting there. I don't give a fuck if your land was already established. Bitch, it's mine now, and I want it. That is what we should be preaching in the land to the fucking masses. Act more like a white man. Take it for yourself, bitch, and you won't be worried about who don't got it.
Tell the judge that. I dare you. I dare you.
You see what I'm saying? Get out there and radish.
Sounds like a witch. Do you hear that laugh? Did you? I mean, that sounded like... the Wicked Witch, didn't it? You remember that? That was crazy. She's filming herself, putting it on people. I don't get it, man. I mean, people are that desperate for content instead of just like, I don't know, do a reaction video, just talk about something else. Why do you guys, these people, they think it's smart to film themselves, telling on themselves. And I don't know, maybe it was fake though. I don't know. Look at
I got
this.
kids at home. What am I supposed to do? Starve to death?
Ma'am.
No, I ain't leaving this here. I said what I said.
God.
I'm leaving with it, all of it. Y'all can call the cops if you want to. My husband's in the Uber waiting right outside. You think I'm joking?
Again. Telling you.
Okay, so since I've gotten so much feedback on my video about 15 hours of community service, I'm going to break it down to you very simply why I'm so against it, okay? First of all, I already have to take care of my 7 kids.
7 kids. My mom had 8. Welcome to life, you lazy fuck. Oh my God.
Okay, that is my service. Okay, that's me contributing to society.
So you mean taking care of your own children is contributing to society in a positive way? You fucking... Oh my God. Is it for content? I mean, seriously? Is she serious?
Why would I go to a place and have to do mandatory hours when they can control when I have to show
Because
up? They can control which days a week I
you're
have
told
to
you
do
have
those
to now.
hours. They can control whether or not I can use my phone.
Don't
during
accept the
those hours.
2,700.
Those are 3 guidelines that I'm not willing to comply
Don't take the
with.
$3,000.
I don't care, and that should not put me at risk of losing my $2,700
Yes, it
in
should.
food stamps.
Yes,
at
it should.
all. So y'all are sitting here jumping down my case because I'm like pretty much on strike for doing these 15 hours.
You lazy, entitled bum. If kids weren't involved here, I would say, Trump, please cut this girl off, please. But because she has kids, here's what I will wish for you guys. Cut down, the 2,700 to maybe like, I don't know, $2,000 a max of only healthy, non-processed garbage. That's what they need to do. There needs to be rules there. No more buying all this name brand bullshit.
You know what? I really hate to say this, but I hope they do dismantle the whole SNAP benefits program. Because a lot of y'all are lazy. Like, let's just really face it. This program has been around for years, okay? Years. And a lot of y'all still have not learned. Y'all are lazy. You don't either want to get up and go to work, or you don't want to find you a better job because you're comfortable in what you're doing. You don't want to do too much.
I disagree with everything you're saying.
To do nothing. Get up and get a job or go get a better job. It is not the government's responsibility to feed you. This is the type of BS that I've been seeing on my timeline, and it is very frustrating, okay? What a lot of people fail to understand and realize that 80% of people that are on the SNAP benefit program work. And the reason that they are on the program is because life is expensive. Groceries are expensive. Rent or mortgages are expensive. Living is expensive. So for those who are complaining about others who are frustrated about this shutdown regarding the SNAP benefits program, you really need to wake up and stop.
You wake up.
Not everyone is
You
lazy.
need to wake up.
Not everyone is sitting on their couch not doing anything. Life is expensive.
Yeah, it is.
There are folks out here who make $100K a
Yep.
year or make $75K a year and are still struggling. There are families who have the father around, because I know that's a thing too. You got all these kids. You shouldn't be having all these kids with these men. Yeah, there are families who have all parents and all parties involved and are still struggling.
Yeah.
So before you open up your
Sometimes
mouth
you
and
have to work 2 jobs.
make sure you're not next.
She's right and wrong. And does she not see all these, posts that's been blowing up all over the net, man? I mean, doesn't she see these entitled EBT bums? These
so everyone,
moms?
I want to remind everyone the food stamps that you're not going to get in November because of the government shutdown.
Thanks to the Democrats.
Very specifically, and especially since it's around the time of Thanksgiving, they are doing this to break you.
Thanks to the Democrats, and they want more tax money.
You know it. And yes, a government shutdown, if it goes long enough, will delay and or stop your SSI and Medicare Medicaid benefits.
This girl's an idiot. It doesn't stop your SSI.
Okay, if the government goes long enough, those programs will collapse.
No, it won't. But you know what will? The airlines that need air traffic controllers and TSA. Idiots.
I'm going to put some numbers into you.
No one cares about that, huh?
But, think about it. Funding is not infinite, and if the government is not running and they're furloughing all these workers, where the hell do you think you're going to get your money from for your SSI?
This idiot thinks government workers pay for people's SSI, you guys. Makes me wonder if she has ever had a job, looked at a check stub. You think? That shows that, actually, oh my God.
Wait. My personal situation, and one of the biggest reasons that I need your help is because 2 people here in Arizona, the poverty line is $21,150.
Come to Cali.
Do you think I make that much on SSI?
How old are you?
I make around $16,000 something a year.
Then go get a job. You know how much I make from SSI? 0. I pay more into it than this girl makes. I'm not 67 years old yet, man. I can't get SSI yet. Does it look like she's 67?
And that means that I'm around $4,600
years too young.
under the poverty
What the fuck is going on here, man?
as a single mom living in a 1-bedroom apartment. I humbly ask for
Go
your
get
help.
a job.
I have been needing it already.
Go get a job.
And I need to leave the United States. This one isn't a joke. It's not a game. It's
Please
all over my
leave.
page.
Go.
I have
Go.
proof on my page of my Social
Go.
Security. I have proof on my page of the abuse from my sister. She trafficked me
What'd she do?
and things like that. I don't really want to say all of that stuff. It's
No,
already
say
on
it.
my
You
page
just-
somewhere. It's a dark,
You mentioned something.
like,
Fill it in.
this. I have the lights off is what I'm saying. But with that said,
She has the
go
lights
watch
off.
it.
I think she.
And then one thing I want to remind everyone of, and I'm going to turn this direction here real quick. You've already heard this. Everybody already knows this. I'm not saying anything you don't already freaking know.
What?
But
What?
this is just the first phases of the 1933. This is the first phases of whatever portion they were on. We don't know. I don't know exactly where they're at in their little game. But let me read this to you real quick.
Does she mean the Great Depression of 1930?
This is what you've heard before. But first, they came for the socialist, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionist, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew.
Oh, she means Nazi Germany, not the Great Depression. See, this is why it's very important to know history, guys. Seriously. Oh my God.
Then they came for me. And there was no one left to speak for me. Martin Niemöller, 1892 to 19.
She found a book, you guys, so she could read. I see. Get a job. Get a job, lazy ass.
Another
Take
fun
your meds,
fact.
get a job.
I've been telling people that MAGA sabotages your page. I now have proof.
Oh, show us.
Right there.
Oh.
Regulators mount
Psychopath bitch.
This is why I'm not at 10,000. There's a bunch of more comments that I deleted. I did take pictures, but you know what? We just don't need them.
Yeah, we do.
The ringleader's
show us.
right the hell here.
Show us.
And this is about the National Guard being deployed to Portland. It's a big deal. These people have organized hate, everyone. I am really ashamed to say, MAGA's more organized than us.
You think?
If we really want to stop this regime,
What do you do?
we're going to have to pull together.
Really?
And if we're letting our own citizens go hungry,
Yeah.
when we put out a video for help,
Why don't you help them?
we're fucked.
Oh, so how about you go help out? Go to a food bank. Go donate your time. Go help. Feed people. Find a solution to the problem. Don't be the problem, you guys. Nothing is ever free. Don't ever forget that, man. So stop being a lazy crybaby. She thinks the world evolves around her. She does. Don't be like that.
We are fucked.
You are.
Our disabled are going to die. Our elderly are going to die.
Isn't that what happens when we all get really old? Don't we die?
So with that said, what are you going to do? Because I'm not the only one.
Focus.
Link in bio. Help me out, please.
Oh, that's what this is about.
I have a 14-year-old son to take care of.
Go get a job.
Not just
Go
myself.
get a job. I'll help you out. Send me a DM and I'll give you my email. So, you can send me a resume and I'll help you learn how to find a new job with that resume, you lazy piece of shit. Why is it so easy for people to beg for money on social media? Isn't that what OnlyFans is for? Isn't it? Isn't that why they made OnlyFans, for girls like this that want free money? Or am I tripping?
With that said.
What?
Once again,
What?
Keep an eye on your elderly, keep an eye on your disabled. We're just one of the first few in the list. Not the first. They came for our illegals.
I'm surprised she doesn't have a nose ring. Stupid people giving advice on social media. That's what this is, guys.
You're next. If you're not, then you're after that. MAGA's on the list too.
MAGA's been on the list, haven't they? Haven't they? For like over 10 years? Haven't they been getting blackballed all over the place?
They just don't know
canceled
the plot twist yet. Oh, one more thing.
What? What, smart girl?
The government workers aren't getting paid.
Didn't you say that earlier?
It's not going to work forever.
Didn't you already say that to us?
With that said,
what?
I would love for me to be wrong and for you to be right, people who were arguing with me, but I'm not. And
you can't argue with someone that just makes videos and puts them up.
It's a bitch to know what's going on, and it's even worse to find out last second.
That you haven't taken your meds.
This isn't last second. Everyone could help.
Her.
I have enough
Help her.
followers. Everyone donated $5, $10.
You bum. You fucking bum. That's what she is. She's a bum.
You guys could help me get out of the United States too, so please pass this
Go.
around. And no, I'm not the only one.
But you won't get your free SSI, you bum. If you leave the US, you idiot. And no other country is stupid like us. They don't pay able-bodied people to sit around and do nothing and not work, all right? So stop lying to people and just admit you're being a panhandler and you just need money. And you're too fucking lazy and stupid to actually work for money. And remember, OnlyFans exist. Don't forget about that. Just giving you a little game. OnlyFans. I'm not saying you have to do anything crazy.
But I need you.
You can say hi to people and get paid.
Thank you, my queens, and everyone who's been here the whole time. I appreciate you. Get the word out.
You're crazy. This girl's psycho, man. Get the word out that this girl's lazy, you guys. She's a piece of shit that thinks money grows on trees. Get that word out.
Have a beautiful day, best of your ability.
You too. I will. Thanks. Well, I have good news for everybody. For all the people panicking right now, check this out.
Overnight, President Trump vowing to find a solution to help fund the federal nutrition program, SNAP.
We're going to get it done.
More than 24 states and Washington, D.C. have now sued the administration after it said it could not legally extend SNAP benefits during the shutdown. Lawmakers on both sides of the aisle are scrambling to fund the program before it lapses this weekend. 42 million people rely on the program to feed their families.
I'm angry. I'm angry that the politicians that make the decisions don't care. They can just go on vacation, go on recess, and not worry about what's happening to their constituents.
Again.
Overnight, President Trump vowing to find a solution to help fund the federal nutrition program, SNAP.
We're going to get it done.
You guys really think Trump is going to let 40 million people not eat? You think that? The Democrat senators would, but Trump will find money. Watch. The Democrats, they don't give a fuck about you. You don't think they decided, hey, they need 7 of us. So let's let people starve and, they'll panic, and it'll make things happen. But you know what? He won't be able to find, money to help, save the lives of, for this. I bet you don't care about, this right here, right? This is a problem for everyone. This is what we really need money for.
Air traffic controllers missing their first full paycheck, but still required to work some up to 6 days a week. Their pay stubs, like this one, reading 0.
Crazy.
The shutdown marching forward as Democrats remain dug in on their demand that health care tax credits be extended.
$200 billion for free medical to people that snuck in and took jobs. from lazy people that can do those jobs. And they're also taking houses and apartments that American families need at a reasonable rate, you guys. Anyone understand what supply and demand means? Do you? Do you know what that means?
To prevent premiums from skyrocketing. In a break with her party, Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene is accusing Republicans of not having a plan to tackle health care costs. House Speaker Mike Johnson says Republicans are willing to negotiate, but only after Democrats agreed to reopen the government.
We're on the precipice of a historic crisis, and Republicans don't even want to talk to us.
So we're going to hold everyone's EBT money hostage, the military money's hostage, air traffic controller money's hostage, the government workers, the national parks, all the park rangers' money until we get exactly what we want. We don't negotiate, we demand or else. That's the Democrats, you guys. That's what's happening right now. You guys realize that, right? It's as simple as that. But they're trying to say it's the Republicans.
Not fixing it.
It's funny, man.
And Trump, where's he? Not even in the U.S.
Wow. He was meeting with China and Japan, you idiot, for our economy, you deceitful fucking liar. Oh, my God.
President Trump is negotiating trade deals in Asia.
Told you. Guess what else he's doing?
But back in D.C., it's the president's construction plans that are making headlines. The White House saying it's now fired all 6 members of a commission that was set to review plans for the White House ballroom, as well as plans for a new ark that will serve as a national monument.
Damn, he's
a
building
White
an
House
ark.
official saying, we are prepared to appoint a new slate of members to the commission that are more aligned with President Trump's America First policies.
See, now Trump is doing the people's work. A new ark and a new ballroom. Aren't you guys all excited? You must have TDS if you don't think that's important.
Employees are strapped for cash after missing their first full paycheck on Friday. Many goods could get more expensive as well after President Donald Trump threatened Canada today with an additional 10% import tax.
You must have a good reason for this, right?
The president said that he wants to hike tariffs on Canadian goods because of an anti-tariff ad that aired in the province of Ontario.
See, I told you. I knew he would have, it would have been something important like that. I knew it. Canada. Why would you play a political ad during negotiations? You know my president's a narcissist. Plus, only we have freedom of speech,
The province
right?
has since
You're a
pulled
monarch.
that ad. A looming threat to food security for millions of Americans who may not receive SNAP benefits at the start of the month. SNAP, or the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Food Program, is food assistance given to eligible low-income individuals. West 2's David Jones went to local grocers here in Orlando. And David, were these grocers concerned?
Luana, they were, a number of them. We visited stores where owners estimate about half of their customer bases purchased their food with EBT cards using SNAP benefits.
If more than half the business model is EBT customers, that means your prices are about to go up way more. Wait, watch, you'll see.
Overnight, President Trump vowing to find a solution to help fund the federal nutrition program, SNAP.
We're going to get it done.
We're good. Don't trip, you guys. Want to hear him say it again? Check it out.
Overnight, President Trump vowing to find a solution to help fund the federal nutrition program, SNAP.
We're going to get it done.
Okay. I hope so because,
Which, as it stands right now, will not be funded come next Saturday.
People who use SNAP
Today.
benefits will still be able to access the funds on their cards. But with the government shut down, 42 million Americans will not be seeing their monthly payments for food assistance.
So right now, the economy is very bad, and people don't got no money.
Very bad.
That
It's very
concerns
bad,
local
guys.
store
It is.
owners like Angel Pimentel, who owns Maturo Fish Market in Pine Hills.
I feel afraid.
My bad.
Afraid for the business?
For my business and also for the people because, they don't have no money to eat.
He estimates around 40% of his customers pay with EBT
For
cards.
cigarettes
Across the
and beer.
street at Caribbean Supercenter, the same concerns and the same
See,
hope
for them
that a
too, guys.
solution will be worked out soon before
It's gonna
November
kill
1st.
beer sales and cigarette sales.
It don't happen that way.
Abdul Alim is assistant manager at this store, which sells international foods like West Indian or Middle Eastern.
Oh,
It will be a great effect on our store.
Goes back to the
Most of
chart.
our customer like 50%, 60% pay with SNAP benefit, EBT.
So over half of his business that caters to Middle Eastern families pay for their food with EBT. Over half. Remember that chart, guys. Keep in mind, some of these immigrants are on EBT because of religion. The wife can't work in the religion, you guys. And the husband, he can have 3 or 4 wives in that religion. Think about that. So imagine how much EBT these households are getting for some of them. I'm not saying all of them.
So that would be a great hit on our store.
Think about that.
I understand the hurdles of what people are going to go through if these type of programs are taken away.
Shopper Deanna Diaz received SNAP benefits up until this year, but no longer qualifies. She, too, hopes a deal will be worked out.
I think that something needs to be done immediately
I hope
so
one
that
does
these people
too.
aren't affected.
Florida is warning residents to be aware benefits will not be issued until federal funding
You know they're
is
cutting everybody
restored.
off, so is Texas.
It's a need. It's a need for the community. It's a need for those who are less fortunate. And I feel for them because I've had situations where if I didn't have it, I would go without. And it's unfortunate that people will go without.
I think my state will just make blank checks.
Florida Department of Children and Families
They'll bounce
administers
checks.
food
They don't
assistance
trip.
to nearly 3 million people across the state of Florida.
But don't forget what DJT said, you guys.
Overnight, President Trump vowing to find a solution to help fund the federal nutrition program, SNAP.
We're gonna get it done.
One more time.
We're gonna get it done.
Say it again, DJT.
We're gonna get it done.
I want to believe him. I do believe him. Tomorrow or Monday, we'll know if I'm right, you guys, right? Let's see how it goes. Let's see how this ages. I don't know. There has to be a time limit on that. You can't let people stay on it for decades. You just can't. Look, at one time, I'll never forget, man. I mean, how could I forget? I only have one kid, all right? And when I was 19, 20 years old, you know, he was a newborn, and you know, I was barely making any money. I was making, I think, like $800 a month, and I was getting by. You know, I was able to pay my rent. You know, at this time, you know, rent was cheaper. You know, I was able to have a little 1-bedroom apartment. Me and my wife at that time, you know, we weren't married yet, but you know, we had a kid together, and we were a young couple, man, and we were able to pay rent and, you know, have like $150 left over. That's how life was at first. I'll never forget, man. I went down to get help. You know, her and I did, both of us did. And they said I made too much money because I made $800 a month. And every now and then I'd make like $1,100. I was young. I was like 19, man, fresh out of high school. You know, who makes real good money fresh out of high school like that, you know? So they turned me down, man. And I'll tell you what, it was probably the best thing that ever happened to me because seriously, that was when I was like 19, 20. By the time I was 22, I was already making about $70,000 a year. By the time I was 24 years old, legitimately, I was making about $110,000, $105,000 a year. And this was in the 90s. You could do the math on my age. I'm not going to tell you exactly how old I am, but it made me step my game up. So I'm glad that I got turned down, but I could have used a little help at that time, even if it would have just been like some food, some formula for my son or diapers or any type of assistance. We could have used it. We genuinely could have used it. We really could have used it, man. And we were turned down, but I have family, so a couple family members helped me get through those hard months, those hard times where, those hard times of where I had to be creative and step my game up and not be a thug about it and not be a piece of shit about it and not manipulate my way through the system, but figure out how to. Basically, I was like, okay, if I'm not going to go to college, I got to learn a trade, man. And I got to cut all my fucking friends off. And that's what I did. No one saw me for like 10 years, man. Anyone that knew me will tell you that. I've talked about it before, man. Anyone that knew me will tell you that, man. They'll be like, yeah, Don fucking disappeared, man. That motherfucker, we didn't see him till his kid was like 9, 10 years old. And fuck. And then he was going through a divorce. Because when I reemerged with my friends, next thing you know, I'm fucking, because I thought I was Mr. Baller. You know, I was in my 20s, making a, 6-figure income legitimately, and already made almost probably a couple $100,000 in equity in my home that I bought at 23, 24 years old. The nice big pool by the river. It was almost a 1/4 acre piece of land, fully landscaped, man, with like a 8-foot, built-in barbecue and pool and all this shit, man. And I was young, and I thought it would always be that way. And I really did. I thought money just grows on fucking trees, man, at that time. But the whole point of the story is I wouldn't have achieved all that if the government would have handed me like $2,000 or $3,000 just and then pay half my rent, if not all my rent and all my utilities. I mean, I don't know. I think that holds people down, and I think that's also why they do it, man. Because if you hold people down and people have to rely on that, then they're definitely going to vote for you, right? And that's a shoe-in. You're good. You're golden. So it's obviously that's the master plan. Thank God I have family, because if I didn't have family, who knows? I mean, but I'm a creative dude. I would have figured that shit out. So I'm not tripping. I would have figured that shit out. But they did cut me off. I was young. We were young. My son was a newborn, man, and I wasn't going to school. I wasn't going to college because I had a kid. I had to, I wasn't getting welfare. I wasn't getting paid to go to school, and I didn't come from this, silver spoon family, and I had to go work, man. And I realized, okay, I need to treat this like a trade. And I stayed in that industry, forever, man. And when you're good at what you do, and when you're honest, that's another thing, I know we've all heard this, but it was an old wise man that told me this. I don't know exactly which old wise man told me this, and I know we've all heard this, but if you don't lie, it's easy to remember things. So, and also, if you're ever in sales, just, return people's calls, be honest. And if you don't know the answer, tell them you don't know the answer. You'll get the answer and you'll get right back to them, and make sure you get right back to them. That's your opportunity to show off your good follow-up skills, right? So I just gave you guys Sales 101 lesson, and that's really all you need to know in sales, and study the product that you're selling, and you're going to make money. Even during like a recession or a depression. If you look at the Great Depression of 1930, makeup sells, liquor sells, prostitution, and pretty much most sales, really good salespeople, floated right through that shit. So, trying to help people out here. Don't be lazy. Have goals. You'd be surprised what you can do, because it's true. I mean, I think anything's possible, and it's also important to remember that you could turn the wrong way on a street. That's real too, and that wrong way can take you, the wrong way for like a decade or two, maybe, or for the rest of your life. Who knows? You may never realize you're going the wrong way. So I know I sound like an old wise man talking to you like this, but it's all true. And I've learned all this through life lessons. And my mom, she has, like that girl earlier talking about her 7 kids. My mom has 8 kids. And yeah, my mom went on government help for a really short period of time, I think. I remember that time period, and really more of that time period, I think, was when my father was around. So I must have been really young, because that fucking weirdo left my life, I think, when I was like 5 or 6 is when that piece of shit left. So, and my mom, maybe for a year or 2 after that, I don't know. But, and my mom, she never really learned how to read or write, and my dad didn't, really try to help her in any way. He didn't try to help her learn any trades or anything like that. So, fortunately, she left that piece of shit eventually. And that's a whole nother story, a whole different pod, but I'll speed this up really quick. She learned a trade eventually from my 3 younger brother and sister's father. In my family, there's 8 kids and 3 different fathers. The first father is with my oldest brother, and then the next set of kids is through my father, and then below me there's 3 brothers and sisters, 2 younger brothers, 1 younger sister, and they're with a different father. And that father helped my mom learn a trade, and the trade was he helped her learn how to cut hair. And when she learned how to cut hair, between those 2, they always owned their own hair salons. Ever since my memory goes back, from the age, I think, of like 6 years old, my mom and my stepdad, which I never really called him my stepdad until after he passed away. That's when I realized, man, he was my stepdad. I never really realized it until he passed away. I never realized, literally, like the day I found out he died is when I realized he was like my father. And I didn't realize it until when he died. And boy, anyway, let's change that topic. That's a whole different thing to talk about someday. So my mom learned to trade with him, and he had his ups and downs, but every other man in her life never really helped her learn how to succeed and be able to take care of herself. He's the only one that did. When I really look back at everything, most men in her life thought, feeding her money or trying to, not feed her money like a whore. I don't mean that. That's horrible, man. That sounds bad saying that. But I mean feeding her money in the way of like, just stay home and, I'll take care of the bills and all that shit. Let me stop talking about all that. Let's get back to my mom. She learned how to cut hair. She did good, man. Always cutting hair. I mean, she had like $800 days, $1,000 days where she made like $1,000 cutting hair and doing perms and all kinds of shit. My whole life always made pretty decent money, man, doing that. So point of the story is don't be a lazy fuck. Learn a trade or go back to school. One of the two. Do something. You could even go to one of those short schools where you can learn how to be like a medical assistant or something, right? How do I feel about all this? I feel exactly how this girl feels about it.
The administration will be taking away EBT next month.
I feel like her.
Yes, that's right. No food stamps next month. How do I feel about it? I don't care. But let me tell you why before you get your panties in a bunch.
Yeah, make sure you listen to every word she says before you act like you're the only one that has hard times, bitches. You know what I'm saying? Think about that. Make sure you listen to every word she says, man. You're not the only one.
Let me explain myself.
Explain it.
Number one, this is coming from a woman who was pretty much homeless and disabled, and my state still wouldn't give me food stamps. Damn. So I didn't get rich until this year.
Rich. Wonder what her meaning of rich is.
Y'all need to start thinking about it. They finna shut off food stamps the month of Thanksgiving. Let me tell you something. I don't need to depend on y'all for me to eat. And I don't think nobody else should either. Because look at the effects. They're just talking about taking food stamps away, and y'all are willing to act crazy.
Exactly. This girl's smart. She must have a degree in common sense. I'm telling you, man. Let's keep going.
That quick. They got you that quick. I had seen one video. This lady was like, it's the taxpayer's job to take care of my kids.
Wow.
I thought if you pop them out, it's your job.
I love this girl, don't you guys?
Nobody told you to have all them kids. And if you can't afford a kid, you don't need to be having them. The government will literally give you free contraceptives.
Say it again to the idiots. Tell them.
Free contraceptives. But then you want to take it upon yourself to go pop out 6 kids with 6 different niggas that don't want to take care of their kid with you, and then complain that all of us don't want to fucking pay for your food. That's who we're talking about. We're not talking about y'all who work hard and this and that and all that. I don't even know why y'all get offended when we say we don't care.
This girl right here should be famous for dropping these truth bombs.
It's not about y'all. It's about the ones who sit up and do all this stuff and then act like it's just our responsibility. Why is it my responsibility to pay my taxes so you can feed your 8 kids? Meanwhile, I gotta go work hard so I can feed my one? Nah, man. You got the super studious type people who are looking at it like, oh no, well, the economy is gonna crash and now the groceries are gonna be even more high priced. Hey, well, we gotta do something. We gotta figure something out.
Yep, I'm down to pay more if that's what it takes. I am.
Do y'all want to have a meeting? What's the solution?
Yeah. She said, let's have a meeting, you lazy bums.
Because let me ask y'all this, and I want an honest answer. What was y'all gonna do if food stamps was never invented?
They would work, right?
Y'all just wasn't gonna eat? Y'all just wasn't gonna make way?
They'd be a lot skinnier. A lot of them would be. This woman just broke it down so fucking simple, word for word. I agree with every single thing she just said. Sorry, but I agree with her 100, man. I agree with her 100%. Do you? I mean, let me know. You know, leave a 1 down in the comment. Let me know. Now, this next girl, I don't agree with her at all. Other than the exchange rate she breaks down. But check this out. But let's learn how to do math from an idiot. Let's go.
Ghetto-ass people who are in my town, my small-ass ghetto town, complaining that others get food stamps are the same ones purchasing them off the streets.
Only they are, huh?
How are you going to sit here and complain and talk down on somebody who gets food stamps, but yet you're the same person trying to find food stamps for sale on these streets?
Nope, you're wrong. I don't buy food stamps off, bad parents taking food from their kids. I don't do that so they could drink and smoke more weed. Nope.
So you can get
and buy more cigarettes.
We all know how food stamp selling goes.
Tell us. Game us up.
You get half. You pay half of what you get. And if you don't know, on the streets, let's say $300 worth of food stamps on the card, you get $150 cash.
Half of 300 is 150. You guys know that, right?
You a discount. You're getting $150 worth of food for free because you're only paying $150.
Oh, that's what that means, huh? Oh, damn, she's right. I didn't know half of 300 is 150. That makes sense. 150 free.
Those people who are out here looking for food stamps to buy are the same people talking shit.
Not fucking know that. Didn't you already say that?
It literally just blows my mind because it's like, how are you complaining about it, but just been asking if we know where to get food stamps?
So the 2 people she knows is everyone. That's what this means, guys.
Make it make sense.
Huh? It's easy. You're lying right now. And you just thought this would be good content. It's that simple, right? And you might be right because your dumbass went viral. But I'm glad you know what 1 + 1 is.
It doesn't make sense.
Actually, it does. It does make sense. This dude's about to break it down for you.
You've been living under a rock. You've been seeing the government shut down. You've been seeing them talk about putting the food stamps for the month of November. And that's cool, but you see a lot of women. You see a lot of women that's complaining. You know why? Because y'all the ones that's on Section 8 and food stamps and government assistance and saying y'all don't need a man. Yeah, y'all the ones out here fake independent. Yeah.
So
see, when stuff like this happen, it's gonna show you who really independent. Now y'all be trying to flex on dudes and shit on your baby daddies when you on Section 8 and food stamps, baby.
Now we know why, though.
You on Section 8.
They're getting breaded up.
Is something wrong with that? No, but y'all trying to say y'all independent. Y'all is not independent,
Nope.
baby. Y'all are subsidized by the government. This is why y'all is going crazy about the no benefits in November. Think about it. Why would y'all be going crazy? That'll be less money for them. That'll be less money for the big corporations that already oppress y'all and steal y'all money. That'll be less money for them. We don't need no turkey, man.
You do.
We don't need no Thanksgiving ham, and we don't need that.
But it's still cool.
We can cook a regular meal for Thanksgiving. It's only 24 hours, baby. We don't need all that food for one day.
Nothing wrong with
How many
celebrating.
people have food that they got to throw away every Thanksgiving? Come on, man. Stop playing. How many people?
I don't know. You tell me. I don't know. I bet a lot, huh?
Okay, yeah, I know a lot of people.
Damn. Told you a lot.
And how many people don't eat the fucking the food but only 2 days, Thanksgiving and the next day?
A lot.
Then after that, they throw everything away. We do not need to celebrate Thanksgiving in the way we celebrate Thanksgiving. Look at the name of the whole holiday, Thanksgiving. You just came to give thanks and eat a little food. You don't need no turkey, no ham, no pie, no cakes. You don't really need that. You just need a nice little meal and spend time with your family.
That's not what they're mad about, dude. They're just saying that.
Appreciative. Be grateful for what you have.
They're mad they're losing thousands of dollars.
This goes to show you
in free housing.
Behind that, baby. Y'all mind so far behind that y'all ain't gonna never catch up like mustard. Now, I don't give a damn if you're mad. I don't give a damn if you don't like what I got
Same
to
here.
say. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a
Nope,
fuck.
me too.
Just stop complaining about the government, man. And if that shit get taken away, which I hope Section 8 and food stamps get taken away for the women who don't deserve it. Listen to what I say. For the women who
I
don't
concur.
deserve it. They need to put harder stipulations and harder rules on that stuff, because too many people taking advantage of it while the other people who need it can't even get it. Yeah, put harder stipulations and snatch them Section 8 vouchers from the people who don't need them. Yeah, that's what you do. For sure. Yeah.
Damn, he just gamed us all up, right, guys and gals? Didn't we all kind of know everything he just said, though? It's nothing new, right? But man, this is I don't know what to do. I do think people can't starve. There's kids involved here. Let's all remember that, man. But they do need to. They'll never be able to stop people from selling, their shit. But so you know what time it is, right? It's that time. We're gonna stop talking about everything else, man.
Ladies and gentlemen,
It is time for this month's top 2 picks by
DonRob from Rob Flixx.
Well, it's Halloween time. Actually, it's over, man. Halloween's done. Halloween was yesterday. Hope you enjoyed it, man. I hope you got to see a lot of eye candy. If you're not into looking at eye candy, I hope you got to get a lot of candy. I touched on this first artist, I think on my first or second podcast, man, but he dropped a brand new album. Pick number 2 from Stockton, California, their own Swift. Homicide.
As I lie awake in the darkness, I feel myself becoming more heartless.
Swift. He's a hard worker, grinder. He's a spitter, talented as a motherfucker. Some people, they might not be into what he's talking about, but just remember he does it in metaphors. But also, it's Halloween time. Perfect artist, right? Pick of the month, right here. Perfect artist for pick of the month, and this is pick number 2. Swift Homicide.
Back in the zone, I must continue my mission. Cause one thing about snitches, man, a corpse is the biggest.
Another reason I picked him. I manage him now. We plan to do a lot together, so he has a new album out for Halloween. So go get that shit. And number 1 pick of the month. This man needs no introduction, but because he's a legend, I'm going to go ahead and introduce him. I have to. He's born and raised in South Side of Sacramento, California, my hometown, my home city. This man was the first to do it big, man, in Sacramento. He was first motherfucker to do it big in hip-hop. Out of Sac, man. Many motherfuckers have tried to recreate his sound and style. To this day, nobody has done it. They can't even come close, man. But as his manager, it's fun watching these wannabes try. It is. It's fun. I love watching these motherfuckers try. Mr. Rip Gut himself. I call him the creator. You know him as Brother Lynch with his new single released yesterday on Halloween. So this weekend, go download it, go stream it, go do something, go watch this visual. Shit's crazy. Lynch. I'm telling you, man. Issues. Out now on all platforms. And the official visual over on his YouTube page at Brother Lynch. Go stream it, do whatever. Issues. Here we go.
They say I just come through making traces. Family's coming over, calamity's coming over. We eating just like the Pope.
I had to stop it because of, copyright issues, and I don't want to get strikes. I don't want to get claims. So make sure, not only that, I want you to go over to go right now. Make sure you go watch it. If you haven't, you might have already seen it, man. But if you haven't, go check it out. It's animated video. It's great, man. I love it. I didn't do it. I forget the dude's name that did it, but him and Lynch are doing a lot more together. There's something big that Lynch is working on with that dude. So stay tuned. If you're a Brother Lynch fan, you will definitely appreciate what's being worked on for you. But anyways, man, that's Issue single from EBK24 from Brother Lin Chung, legendary Brother Lin Chung. He just dropped it yesterday on Halloween for this Halloween weekend. And now we're into the harvest season, right? And I hope you had a good time your stand Halloween, man. So again, happy Eye Candy Day. It's over though, but I hope you had a good Halloween, man. I hope you have a great weekend. Thank you for coming on this weekend extra episode that I just threw out there. This was episode 23. I want to see you again next week on episode 24. I got something interesting for you next week. So make sure you tune in. All right, everybody? If you came here on audio only, man, it means a lot. I hope you've saved me in your library. I really do. If you're here on YouTube, thank you. Hit subscribe, notification. Peace out. I'm gone. DonRob. Out.
That none of the people with Boy Bible are flipping tables like that. You want to walk like you walked, man. Flip the tables, man. It's time for apathy to stop. Just look up. Just look up.
We need to reopen our mental hospitals, you guys. Yesterday. We do. There's a lot of hurt, man. And these people have TikTok and IG pages, man. They're on social media giving advice to people. These are a percentage of who's protesting right now. Not all of them, but some of them are these people, man. Trust me. You'll see these people in Portland. These people are crazy, man.
Take